The frustration that Jimmy displayed. Cornpop. I'm not going to read the rest of it. Without me asking for it.
Behold, pale horse. I'd pay $5 to see Jimmy Dore body slam a disagreeable guest. Just saying. LOL.
What the fuck?
Back to
So
Jimmy.
you know how there's people have been complaining about they're not getting their hurricane relief, and that's all over the place. Those are firsthand accounts everywhere I see on social media.
What?
And we
Really?
talked about how the reason why people aren't they showed you Black Hawk helicopters that were coming and doing blade washes. I forget what they call those, that were rotor washes that were destroying the aid camps that people had set up. Then they had to
terrorism.
Yeah. And lots of people saying, yeah, you have to apply. They're going to go out and give them $700 again. And then you have to apply for it, even though you don't have electricity and people.
Can I use an illegal immigrant app and just get a card? How about you take those same cards that you give to migrants,
right,
with thousands of dollars, and the hotel, whatever they have, they get it right away. They get a jet out of their country just using the app. What if we could you know what? Lie and say you're illegal and try to get some help. That's what I would say. That's my advice.
Joe Biden's going to tell you, Kurt, all those firsthand Americans saying that stuff are all liars. And that there's going to be consequences for those liars. Watch this.
The misinformation that you've been talking about related to this hurricane.
I love how he pretends that he's not the biggest liar in the world. So right now, currently, whoever's president usually is the biggest liar in the world. The biggest liars are the government. Second is the corporate media, because they're owned by the same people. And then a distant third are randos on social media. So they're asking the biggest liar in the world to can you comment on misinformation around the hurricane? Okay.
The recovery efforts. Do you think it's temporary, or do you think and worry that this might be a permanent state of being for this country?
I think it's a permanent.
Oh, by the way, we just found out conclusively this week that everybody now admits that the United States blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, that he lied about. Yes.
No.
There was a Danish newspaper that came out and said, yeah, it turns out, yeah. We found out that there was U.S. Navy ships that were around the place, but they had their transponders off, they had their radios off and all that stuff. Yeah.
It wasn't one guy. Is that guy going to be freed from prison in Ukraine? The guy who did it in his boat because he got drunk with friends?
Because he got drunk. And so Joe Biden's been lying about that. He's been lying about the Ukraine war, lied about Russiagate, lied about there isn't a COVID. He lied when he said that the vaccine would stop transmission and contraction. He lied. There wasn't a thing this guy has lied about. But now he's supposed to be the paragon of integrity and truth-telling, and he's going to have to deal with people who are spreading misinformation. The people spreading misinformation are these people, as Joe Biden and the government. Okay,
Jimmy,
here
is
we
the
go.
penalty going to be a rotor wash?
Yeah, right.
The misinformation that you've been talking about related to this hurricane and the recovery efforts, do you think it's temporary? Or
I mean, to ask Joe Biden about misinformation and for what's he going to do about misinformation, that's like Chris Christie wagging his finger at you to stay away from the buffet. That's what this. You better not do the misinformation. Anyway, I'll stop starting.
It's like him. It's Chris Christie doing it after he's already left the restaurant and is no longer eligible for the buffet.
Yes.
He's lame duck buffet.
You go now.
Yeah, it's called the lame duck. That's the name of it.
this might be a permanent state of being for this country?
I think it's a permanent state of being for some extreme people, but I don't think it's what the country's about. We're breaking through with it. We're breaking through with the truth. And if you notice,
Joe Biden is breaking through the misinformation with the truth, ladies and gentlemen, about the hurricane. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. That's what he's saying.
Why would they
really
bring
am
that
proud of
question
it.
up? Wait. Why are they going? So this is how you know that they are lying about the hurricane, because the correct question should be, people need help and they're not getting help in the hurricane.
Yes.
Not, there's been a lot of misinformation about the hurricane. So as soon as you hear them say that, every single debunking, it's this cartoonish.
Right.
Just whatever they're debunking, it's sometimes stuff I've never heard of as a conspiracy. You know that is exactly what happened. Whatever they're preemptively trying to debunk is what
is real.
Exactly.
Otherwise, why would you address it? If everything's getting done and everybody, why would you keep mentioning the misinformation? Why would you keep saying, well, these people keep saying we're not doing our job, but everybody on the ground knows we are? Well, here we are. Let's play it.
On the phone, we're talking to a lot of Republican mayors and governors. They're standing up saying this is not Joe Biden, but conservative, hardcore Republican governors, hardcore Republican mayors standing up and saying it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Why does it got to stop?
And,
why the misinformation that you're not taking care of the hurricane victims, that has to stop? Why do you care? If you're taking care of them, why do you care?
And I believe there's nothing permanent about it. I'm pleased that more Americans are coming together in a truly voluntary way. I mean, this is who.
And of course, we know that you guys won't let volunteers help people. We know that because FEMA has approved vendors they're the approved vendors to give aid to people. And if you're not an approved vendor, that's a big problem. So this idea that Americans come together to volunteer.
We are. When America's in trouble, we all jump in and try to help. Help your neighbor. And that's basically what's happened. But the thing that bothers me the most is there's a lot of people who get caught in these crises. We're basically alone. You know, widowers, people in hospitals, people who are by themselves, and they don't know, and they lose contact, and they just get scared to death. And anyway, so I think I think those who have been spreading these lies to try to undermine the opposition are going to pay a price for it.
Oh, what kind of price are you going to make them pay? So people who are criticizing Joe Biden and the government's response to the hurricane relief, they're going to pay a price for it, according to Joe Biden. People who are criticizing, so his critics, he's the president of the United States, let you know you're going to pay a price for it. That's what Joe Biden's letting you know. Okay, over to Steph.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. Would you be down for your wife having a sugar daddy? FSL.
Yes.
Shouldn't I be that if I'm?
Oz Phantom, Bart K is okay, but he's not punchy or made for video or much as those like Eric Berg, Ken Berry, or Sean Baker. Either way, avoid grifters like Tom DeLauer and Paul Saladino as they promote sugars. Oz Phantom. Garavnos, I agree. Love Actually makes no sense whatsoever, and the only people I've ever met who like it are imbeciles.
I love it.
What?
Misha and I get a kick out of Love Actually. I know, but we've already had the conversation that it's.
I mean,
quite
you know, it's
misogynist.
insane, right?
Yes, it is insane. The whole thing is tragic. You know,
the one woman of substance and accomplishment in that movie, her husband cheats on her.
Yes.
And that's the part.
That's the part
Well,
where
that's
you cry.
to tell you not to get a job.
That's right.
The one woman who's age appropriate for her mate gets cheated on.
Yes. Yeah.
The one woman in that movie.
I know,
Well,
Jimmy.
I just like the straight guy being literally converted to gay by the end of the movie. I thought that's a thing that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but they're not. He wasn't converted to gay. They just like accepted that they had a friendship finally after all these years.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's how I saw
it. I took it as harassment. I took it as gay harassment. Not as bad as the Liam Neeson thing where his son runs through security at 11 because he's in love. Can you imagine? That's pre 9/11 shit. That ain't shit you could do after 9/11.
It was his stepson.
What?
Yeah.
Like, take him out of that home immediately.
Has anyone asked Kyle what is a guy, guys? Hey guys, F us
Guys.
out. Thank you guys. Hannah sir, thank you, Hannah sir. FSL has any? Oh, I read that one. Has anyone asked Kyle if Kyle guys? Hannah sir, thank you very much. Oz Phantom. Oh, I read that one about Bart K. Thank you. What's his name? Those guys look like they traded a year of anger management classes for one short little Kamala commercial. How bad could it be? What's his name? Thank you. What's his name? Health insurance company deemed my diagnostic testing was not medically necessary, and I'm on the hook for $5,000 bill now. But Trump and Kamala in the debate proudly defended private health insurance. No shit. I am an Al. Thank you. Stone Socialist, a bag of Doritos and Miller. You know, a toilet hates to see Kamala coming. Ho ho, Stone Socialist.
Okay.
Thank you. Back to Jim.